I'm Dr. Linda Horton, and this is the Hopeful Homeschooler. Today, I want to talk to you about math for kindergartners, first grade, even a late second grader, early pre-K. I tell you all the time, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, you do not need a curriculum to do kindergarten. I don't think you need a curriculum for first, second, maybe even up to third grade. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a few minutes. But I want to show you something that, honestly, I thought about this the other day and I went, oh my gosh, that's genius. I wish I would have thought about that. So in doing counting with kindergartners, preschoolers, it depends on your child. Remember, we don't rush them, but we don't let them just lag behind just because. Does that make sense? So when we count, we can use money. So of course, a penny is 1. So we want them to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So the fun thing about this is, okay, so it's pennies. We can go up to 100. And then when they get to 100 and they understand that concept of 100, we say, okay, 100 pennies equals $1. Now, what I did here was I put something over the dollar. It's illegal to copy a dollar. It's illegal. You have to make it different. I think it might not even be good to do these. So let's pretend these aren't here. But this is there's no way you're going to catch this, and there's nothing on the back. So I took some liberties here. So Xerox a dollar, make it your own, make your own dollar, whatever you want. The reason I didn't just put, when I taught school, I would have these cash dollars. A lot of times in children's church, I made up my own dollars. The reason I didn't do it is because you really want it to look like a dollar bill. So you could take the face out of the president and, put your child's face. So adorable. If you can do that, if you understand technology, do it. Or your face, because, so you get 100, when they can count to 100 with ease, you say, okay, 100 pennies equals $1. 100 pennies. So now they can count by ones. Okay, and then you're going to teach them how to count by fives, right? Why not use money to learn how to count by fives? When they know 5 pennies equals a nickel. So then you're going to teach them 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, go on until they get to 100. 20 nickels equals $1. So you're giving them, you're counting, you're teaching them money, you're teaching them skip counting, and you're also teaching them fractions. Okay, this is genius, I know, right? You're gonna do the same thing with dimes. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all the way through. When you get to 100, 10 dimes equals $1. Now, here's the cool thing. You can take this and you can cut it into 10 pieces and have a dime. I think you could do it with the nickels. That's up to you. And have a dime equal this. So that's our fraction, right? 1/10 of $1. So you're teaching fractions. Now, you could do the same thing with, we're going to skip over quarters and go to 50-cent pieces, because I've taken $1 and I cut it in 2, right? So 50 and 50 equals 100, and it's half $1. So you're teaching money, you're teaching fractions, you're teaching math in counting, your addition. I mean, come on. This is such a cool way. I know I've talked about we count with M&Ms and Legos. Those are all right. M&Ms are a cool thing, but this, I think, is just, it just hits every note that you need. Now, you take off the $50, split those. You have 4 pieces of $1, 4 quarters. 4 quarters equal $1, and you have 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. We know money, we know fractions, we know percentages. Same thing with this 50%, okay? Now, this is all kindergarten. Could be first grade. You could save some of it. It could be second grade. But this is how easy this is. This is why I tell you, you do not need a curriculum to teach your child even advanced skills. I will guarantee you, there is no kindergarten curriculum at all that's going into fractions as detailed as a tenth, nor are they doing percentages. So you're giving your child a big leg up with some change, honestly. Teaching your child at home does not have to be with these big manipulatives. My gosh, I just raided my husband's piggy bank and used our copy machine. Now, I wanted to say one more thing before I stop. There is I'm going to be doing a video on getting your child prepared for the next year and how you can do it without buying expensive curriculums. But for kindergartners, I found Florida, we have a site where we can go to that tells you the standards for Florida. And I just was checking some other states. And Indiana Department of Education has a beautiful page. I'm from Indiana, so I'm very partial to Indiana. And it's called Indiana Academic Standards, and it gives every grade. And this is what, I just brought it up because this was so concise and I loved it. So this is what your kindergartner needs to know in math. If you think you cannot teach kindergarten math, hang on. This is what they need to know. Are you ready? Count to at least 100 by ones, tens, and count on by one from any other number. In other words, 1, 5, okay. Write whole numbers from 0 to 20. Recognize number words from 0 to 10. Represent a number object with a written numeral 0 to 20. Find the number that is one more or one less than any whole number, up to 20. Say the number names in standard form when counting objects, pairing each object with one and only one name, and each number name with one and only one object. Understand that the last number describes the number of objects counted, and the number of objects is the same regardless of their arrangement in order in which they were counted. Count up to 20 objects arranged in a line. Hello, if they can do pennies, they've gone to 100. A rectangular array or a circle, literally. Make a rectangle with these or a circle. We're not talking rocket scientists here. Count up to 10 objects in a scattered configuration. Hello. Count out the number of objects given a number from 1 to 20. Make it easy on myself. Recognize sets of 1 to 10 objects in pattern arrangements. Identify whether the number of objects in one group is greater than, less than, or equal to the number in another group. Compare the values of two numbers from 1 to 20, represented as written numerals. Correctly use the words for comparison, including one and many, none, some, and all, more and less, most and least, and equal to, more than, and less than. Separate sets of 10 and fewer objects or into equal groups, and develop initial understanding of place value, the base 10 number system, by showing equivalent forms of whole numbers from 10 to 20 as groups of tens and ones using objects and drawings. Then they go into computation and algebraic thinking, which is just about more creative ways to do it. Geometry, knowing your shapes. Measurement, knowing what length is. Data analysis, I love that. Identify, sort, and classify objects by size, number, and other attributes. I mean, this is easy, okay? And you see this, and this is all a kindergartner needs to know. Again, this is Indiana Academic Standards, Mathematics in Kindergarten. Florida has a really good one too. It's Florida Sunshine Standards, I think it is. But in whatever state you're from, I'm sure they have a good one. So, again, you can do this. Teaching math is as easy as just, I don't know, everything you do with your child every day. Counting fours, counting spoons is so easy. You can do this. I just wanted to give you this really quick idea and tell you about that and how easy it is to teach a kindergartner. You do not need something expensive or extravagant. You can do this. Believe me, you can.